Hello everyone, Renee here. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome to this fun and possibly even insightful past life reading. So I decided to do a version of my past life reading, which I do offer clients via FaceTime, phone, in person, whatever. I wanted to use several different oracle card decks, and I want to just tap in psychically. This is a completely intuitive reading with the cards, of course, as they're supposed to be used as an intuitive tool. So all you have to do is choose one of these three piles, take a deep breath, let it out slowly, and choose one of these three piles. Which one is calling to you right now? Is it pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3? Each pile has 11 different cards from 11 different decks. I may not use a tarot deck for this reading. I don't know if I'll need to. We'll see. We're going to play it by ear. I'm going to give you what I get. Once you've made up your mind, you can look below at those timestamps and fast forward to your reading. If it doesn't seem to resonate or make sense, just take a look at your second choice, or what the heck, just watch the whole video. Thanks for watching. All right, group 1, if you chose the first pile, here's your reading. So we have a lot of cards to get through. First, we have I achieve with an integrity. Secondly, we have Lilac Goddess, immaturity, innocence, and youth. Next, we have the zodiac sign of Taurus. We have the sign of Sagittarius coming through. We have romance and connection. We have shaman. We have builder. Pioneer. Release. Realm bridger. I am running out of room. And the final card is leadership. So we're going to put leadership right here, just as long as I can see those zodiac signs up there. All right, group 1. Let me take a look at all of your cards. We've got, well, I can tell you right off the bat, we do have Taurus and Sagittarius. So that tells us that in a past life, you perhaps had a Taurus sun sign, maybe Sagittarius moon, or vice versa, Sagittarius sun and Taurus moon. Possibly that plays out as well in this lifetime. I've found that some people will be reincarnated and have the same birthday once in a while. It's not very common, but it does happen once in a while. It's more common to have the same sun sign or moon sign as you've had in a past life. All right? I feel that you had a position of leadership in a past life. Perhaps you were a shaman and a builder, and also a pioneer. So I feel that you came up with new and intuitive ways to help your community in a past life. You were the wise person of the tribe, is what I'm getting. Let's move these over. Sorry, that's bugging me. You were the wise person of the tribe, and many came to you for advice and for healing. You are, in this lifetime, possibly a realm bridger, and perhaps you were then as well. It makes sense if you were a shaman in a past life. Realm bridger to me means basically bridging the realms, particularly the earth realm and the spiritual realm, meaning you have mediumistic or channeling capabilities, meaning you can communicate with spirit, okay? So I feel like if you chose pile number 1, you do probably have some channeling abilities, whether you realize it or not. All right. So let's draw, before I go any further, let's draw a card and see what time period or region this might have been from. Okay. So we do have United States World War I era, 1900 to 1925. Interesting. So that tells us that you were perhaps a part of the Native American community in this time period. What I'm getting psychically is that you passed away in between these years. So you were alive in the 1800s, the mid to late 1800s, and you passed away sometime in this time period. Now we can take a look at the other cards. So, part of your goals for this lifetime are repeated. You are to be a builder. You are to be a leader. You are to be a shaman of sorts. You are meant to achieve with integrity, not with just the almighty dollar sign as your goal, all right? Because in your past, as a shaman, as a leader of the people, your focus was on the people, their health, their well-being, their happiness, their comfort, their security, right? So that's the attitude you should be taking on again in this lifetime, achieving with integrity. Pioneer energy is coming through to me really strongly as well. I feel that you're very innovative and that you were then and you are now. And this energy should be playing a part in this lifetime as well. So you should be pioneering in some way, shape, or form, whether it's, with your career or your art or music or your home, family, the way you do things, being the first of your kind or doing something first, being the innovator. Part of your purpose in this lifetime as well is to release that which does not serve you, okay? Releasing that which does not serve you. I feel that part of that has to do with some kind of a relationship, all right? I feel that in this past life, you were perhaps unattached as far as romantic partnerships go. And some of that is kind of bleeding into this lifetime. And unless you are some type of a priest or someone who's sworn celibacy, one of your purposes, one of your goals in this lifetime is for romance and to make connections, romantic connections with others, not just spiritual. I feel like you're very spiritually connected and you always have been. But I feel that in this lifetime, a big goal for you, for your soul, a big lesson is to make a romantic connection, to trust someone in a romantic sense, and to let them in, to share yourself with them, to share your ideas, to share your ingenuity, to share your vision of the world. I'm hearing the word vision. I am going to look in the book here for United States World War I era and see what else we get from this past life right here. So, you were probably some type of artisan or clergy. Many religious leaders were baffled as to how to handle evolution, growing awareness of other religions as more people immigrated, and a new tide of criticism of traditional religion. So all that was taking place in this time period. It was a time of the advent of aircrafts, automobiles, radios, etc. Of course, we have to acknowledge the Roaring 20s that took place in this time period as well. But of course, if you were part of the indigenous peoples of the United States of America, then you weren't really a part of that, but you could have been introduced to that. It just depends on what tribe, where you lived, if you traveled, if you mingled with others outside of your tribe, right? Because it was a theme in this time period of making easier connections, and we're kind of getting that again right now. It's interesting because I keep mentioning the Roaring 20s to a lot of people, clients, friends, family, how we are in 2022 now, and I keep feeling like the Roaring 20s are going to be coming back any moment now. And it's interesting that we have right now kind of a repeat of this blast or huge growth of ways to communicate with the internet, with mobile phones, with technological breakthroughs. We've got technological breakthroughs. We have a type of pandemic that's repeating. And I believe we're going to have a period of like the Roaring 20s repeating. But also, with this energy, with the indigenous peoples who were still around, of course, some of them were unfairly treated, etc. Their land was taken, and they were forced to move on. But there were still some that were where they always have been, right? They weren't forced to move. A few weren't forced to move, and I feel that tradition is now coming back again, if that makes sense. So what comes around goes around, and people like me who are psychic, and we view things from a large perspective, we do notice these patterns in history. We feel them. Time is not linear to us. It's like a wheel. And I can feel it all coming back around now with spiritualism that was big in the late 1800s as well. Ouija boards, ghosts, talking to spirits, the ectoplasm, mediums, all that stuff's coming back as well. A lot of things are coming back. And it's not a surprise. But you're a part of it again, is what I'm hearing, all right? So you're a part of this again. And you may have even had a slightly earlier lifetime before this or after this, where you were really a part of that whole Roaring 20s era. I would not rule that out. Let's see what we get with the tarot while I'm shuffling here. And I'm not surprised you got Sagittarius and Taurus. Bloom where you are planted is the feeling for Taurians. They really do like home, security, but Sagittarius like to explore. And when you balance both of those things out, you do get a great leader, a fearless leader, a pioneer. And I feel like that's what you were in a previous lifetime. And it could be a little bit of what you are in this lifetime, Group 1. So let's see what else you need to know. I'm just using these intuitively. Empress, yeah. Power, I'm getting power from that. King of Swords, more power. Lots of power in your community in this past life. But you were balanced. Yeah, you were balanced, and you were focused on the community, and you were focused on healing and helping and building, is what I'm seeing here with the tarot cards. And you did resolve conflicts as well in this past life. And all of these characteristics, all of these traits probably play out a little bit in this lifetime as well. When I think of the King of Swords, in some instances he can be pretty ruthless. He is the warrior. He's holding the sword. And the Empress is, the epitome of nurturing and femininity, motherhood, fertility. Two of them together is all about balance. And we have Temperance as well. I feel like you were a really good balance of yin and yang, masculine and feminine. And I feel like you still are balanced in this lifetime. even if you're female, I feel like most of you in this lifetime were males here as a shaman, and in this lifetime you're a female. But you're very independent. You're a very independent female. But what you need to do is to release parts of yourself and parts of your personality that no longer serve you. Okay. Maybe you don't have to do this alone in this lifetime. You don't have to lead or rule or pioneer or build everything alone. You could have a team with you, or better yet, you could have a counterpart in this lifetime, group 1. I get a sense of hermit energy for you, and I feel that what you're supposed to do in this lifetime is break free from that a little bit and to trust and love someone enough to share your whole self with them, if that makes sense. Also, I love the cards with faces on them. So some of these faces in these cards may look familiar to you. And I don't think it's a coincidence that we do have several faces here with a medium to dark skin tone. And of course, that would also tie into being a Native American type of shaman. All right. Let me know in the comments if this seems to resonate with you. Let me know your zodiac sign, sun and moon sign, and even your rising sign. Let me know if you have an affinity towards this time period or shamanism. Let me know if you feel you do have channeling or mediumistic capabilities. All right, group 1, because this is what I'm getting very strongly for you, and I do feel like this will resonate for many of you. So I'm glad I got to share my insights, and I hope it helps you in some small way. Thanks. Bye. Hello, group 2. If you chose the second pile, this is your reading. Let's see what your cards are. We have I act respectfully of others. We have Peach Goddess, Beauty, Comfort, and Serenity. Sorry, I know I have to move these over to fit all the cards. We have Sagittarius coming through. We have Cancer, so the zodiac signs of Sagittarius and Cancer coming through. We have Do the Work as a message from your angels. We have Hermit. We have Artist. Visionary. Reach for your dreams. Healing. And intuition. Okay. So let's just move these over a little bit so we can see all these really well. Okay, group 2. Wow. Well, you know, I always notice the colors. It's just what I do. We have a lot of these orangey peaches in here, right? A lot of these orangey peaches. So I feel with that and the Cancer energy, not so much the Sag, maybe a little bit, but especially Cancer, that you do and have appreciated a comfortable home, comfortable surroundings, that you appreciate soft things, beautiful things, comfortable things, soft clothing. In your past life, in one of your past lives, we're getting Hermit, okay? But we also get Artist. So maybe you spent a lot of time alone following your intuition and creating art, whether it was writing or music, singing, creating music, or painting, or body art, or hair art, whatever it is. I feel that a lot of this Cancer energy was a part of this past life. Going within, being very intuitive. Cancers are very intuitive, sun signs and moon signs. And yeah, most of you, I feel that it was songs, words. A few of you, it was art, painting, body art, body painting, or hair. So that could play a part in this lifetime. Sometimes our past lives, the skills we had, bleed into current lives. You were also a visionary. Very visionary. Because that's an interesting combination with Cancer and Sagittarius. Cancers, you know, they're not quite as much of a homebody as maybe Taurus can be sometimes, but they do enjoy their comforts. Sagittarius, they enjoy comfortable homes, but they really more so enjoy people. So it's kind of funny that we do have Sagittarius here, yet we have the Hermit, because the Hermit would make more sense for Cancer, but perhaps you were a Cancer in this past life, and in this lifetime you're a Sag, or the past life you were a Sag, and this time you're a Cancer. Now, one of the things I'm getting, like, we're gonna get into that a little bit. We're gonna draw one of these cards first. We're gonna try to get a time period and possibly a geographic location where this past life took place. So let's see what we get, group 2. All right. So for you, we have Greece, Bronze Age, 3300 to 1100 BC. Wow, that's amazing. So what I'm going to do, because I am not a history buff, is I'm going to look in this booklet and read a little bit what it says about this Bronze Age of 3300 to 1100 BC. Okay, so, and you were an artist, perhaps a merchant, right? Artists created amazing porcelains, pottery, paintings. They crafted indoor plumbing, water systems, etc. They also had an advanced knowledge of metal crafting. So perhaps you worked with metal, or perhaps you work with metal in this lifetime, and that skill's kind of carrying over to this lifetime. So this Bronze Age saw major social, economic, and technological advances that made Greece the center of the Mediterranean. Minoans occupied the large island of Crete. Mycenaeans occupied the Greek mainland. And the Cycladians lived in the islands of the center Aegean Sea, in the Aegean Sea. The Minoans were considered to be the first advanced civilization of Europe. And interesting. Farming was hard. Royalty and power grew during this time. Warriors were well versed. And again, you were an artist or an artisan, crafting porcelains, pottery, paintings, plumbing, water systems, and metalwork. Very interesting. All right. So you were a craftsperson. Now the message for you for this lifetime is to act respectfully of others, to do the work. Now what is the work? Let me tap in here. I feel for some of you, not all of you, some of you are meant to do healing work in this lifetime using your intuition, which, you know, energy work, Reiki, chakra work, such as I do, would be great for you. So to do the work means to incorporate your innate skills of intuition, of compassion and empathy into healing. Healing yourself and healing others, but also, being a visionary, and I'm hearing expressing yourself, express or show the world. This is weird. Show the world that you envision. Okay, so show the world that you envision. And reach for your dreams. Be the creator of your own dreams and achieve them with confidence, okay? Don't doubt your abilities is what my guides are telling me to tell you, group 2. Don't doubt your abilities. You have the abilities to help create a more beautiful world, a more serene world, a more loving world, a world where we heal each other, a world where healing comes naturally to us rather than war. So for visionary, it says, you have the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Exactly. That's part of your purpose. And you're doing it in a very innovative, unique way, perhaps through art, music, or literature. And I feel that in this past lifetime, a long time ago, 3300 BC, you did meditate, and that's a part of your soul. That's what you need to incorporate more of in this lifetime if you're not yet doing it. You need to embrace more of your spiritual side, embrace your own intuition and trust it. There are tools that you can utilize to help you to trust your intuition. If you need help with that, I can do a one-on-one thing. You can message me for information about that. I can help you hone in on what your gifts are. Or maybe you want just a regular, longer past life reading from me. But it's interesting because we do have water and fire here. The water, the Cancer, and then Sagittarius is the fire. And I feel that's kind of who you are. You've got the intuitive compassion of water, yet your ingenuity and your passion for your art, whatever it might be, is the fire. And I love how even in this image here, it looks like fire, right? It looks like this person is the flame. Like the flame is within you, the passion is within you, the gift is within you, the spark is within you. If you're interested in healing, again, look into that, or look into regular conventional medicine, whatever calls to you. Act respectfully of others. Now I'm tapping in psychically with this, and what I'm kind of getting is that sometimes there's a sense of intolerance of others, maybe because you are so peaceful and soft and loving and artsy, creative, that sometimes you tend to criticize people who are totally different than you. You know, people who maybe haven't done as much growing. Okay, they haven't had as much soul growth, so they're still focused on money and power and all those things that you're probably kind of rising above in this lifetime. Still, you are being asked to act respectfully of others, all right? Come up with ways to help enlighten them. That's not going to make them feel like you're talking, down to them. That's not going to make them feel inferior, is kind of what I'm getting. That makes sense. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Let's get into the tarot. I'm going to draw just a few cards here. And this is an intuitive reading, so I'm not going to go by the standard, tarot card meanings for those of you who are in my tarot class. Let's see what we get. I mean, obviously a little bit, but okay. There's a sense of loss. I'm trying not to cover the words here. Balance. There you are. See, Queen of Cups is Cancer. That's you. That's you. And I feel, but you are the magician. You're the visionary. You're the magician, making your dreams come true. And we have the Chariot, movement and victory. I feel that you hesitate sometimes. For me, this looks like self-doubt, overthinking something, hesitating. And maybe you tend to do that. Maybe you're afraid to show your work with the world. Maybe you're afraid to share your visions with the world. They literally could be intuitive visions, like I get, like other psychics get. And, I'll tell you, I don't share all mine with everybody, that's for sure. I don't want criticism. I don't want people telling me, you're full of crap or whatever. I mean, nobody wants that. I don't like conflict. Some people do. I don't. I don't think Cancers do either. Most water signs don't like conflict. But I feel like you need to find that inner strength and that inner confidence to trust yourself. That's what I hear. That's what my guide just said. Trust yourself, group 2. Trust yourself. And we have immerse. Immerse yourself in this work, in your art, in your vision, in your intuition. I feel like you're going to combine them all like you combined them in this past life long ago. You're meant to, it's like recycled energy. You're meant to combine them all again. And in some creative, innovative way, you're going to be helping others. I hope that makes sense. I would definitely utilize peach and maybe light orange colors, maybe yellows, and that might help you gain confidence and gain your trust, help you to gain trust in your own self, your own visions, and your own intuitions. Thank you. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you chose the third pile, this is your reading. So let's see what cards came up for you. I communicate with compassion is your first card. Whoops. We have gold, prosperity, riches, and wealth. We have the sign of Capricorn. We have Capricorn again, group 3. Let me know in the comments if you have a Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising sign. That's wild that it came up twice. So it must be relevant, might be relevant for the past life. That's a possibility. Maybe Capricorn is your south node. Let me know. We have take charge and action. We have medicine mother. We have animals. We have alchemist. We have flames of wisdom, the crone. Loving compassion. And we have magnetism for you, group 3. All right, trying to make sure I can fit all of these. Probably should have moved my camera up, but that's okay. All right. So, in a past life, I'm not going to say in your past life because we have many past lives. So, in one of your past lives, you had very strong magnetism. You were a medicine mother. You worked with animals. You were an alchemist. transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. And you were the crone, or inhabited or had within you that wise crone energy, okay, that can be found in Medicine Mother. Very strong magnetism. Obviously, we've got a lot of this Capricorn energy for this past life. You were very prosperous. We have the word compassion twice. Now, these cards are mainly for this lifetime, your current lifetime, your current life. So what you want to be reminded of is to communicate with compassion and focus on loving compassion. And part of your life purpose in this lifetime is to share and have loving compassion with all living things, animals especially. Another part of this lifetime that you need to do is take charge and take action. We're going to get into that a little bit, but let's first figure out what time period and what geographic location you may have lived in this past life that I'm tapping into, where you were a medicine woman, a crone, the wise woman of the tribe or the group. Oops, I'm trying not to drop all of these. It's hard because they're round. Okay, we just had one flip out. All right, whoops. So it is Far East, China, Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644. And actually this flipped out as well, which is Starseed, timeless. You got 2, group 3. You're lucky you got a bonus. So you had a past life in the Far East during the Ming Dynasty, and also you are a Starseed. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, group 3. How 2 just flipped right on out of there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into the book and read about Far East Ming Dynasty, because I am not a history buff, which is why I love this deck. What year? 1368. There we go. So you were a medicine woman. You were a wise person. You were perhaps a healer, perhaps some type of alchemist. Medicine woman would make sense. So let's see what we have here. Well, they only have royalty, farmer, warrior, artisan. I'm going to go with artisan and merchant. Ming means bright in Chinese, and the period was important, especially in the arts. Artists produced exquisite porcelain, bronze, and lacquerware. The energy was of success, accomplishment, and creativity. That makes perfect sense here with the gold card, which is all about success. And merchant, it says, a middle class arose, becoming a prominent force in society. There was acceptance, wealth, and excitement. This was one of the greatest eras of orderly government and social stability in history. Trade with Europe and Japan began. There was a vast navy and an army of 1 million troops. Construction projects included restoration of the Grand Canal and Great Wall, and building the Forbidden City in Beijing. Wow. So this was when the Great Wall of China was built. That is amazing. You were alive and living in that part of the world when the Great Wall and the Forbidden City in Beijing were built. That's amazing to me. I love that. And then we can look at Starseed and see what it says in the book. Now what I'm going to do, because there's different types, if you didn't know, there's Arcturians, Orion, Pleiades, Sirius, Vega, Apollonia, Andromeda, etc. So what you're supposed to do with these cards is you spin them. You like toss them on the table and spin them, and whatever's on the top is what you were in a past life. So that wasn't very good. Let's try again. So at the top is, looks like Sirius. So Sirius is at the top. So that's the one I'm going to read in the book. And I lost my page, but okay. So Sirius, it says, Sirius is the brightest star in the sky located in Canis Major. Syrians have strong beliefs and personal integrity and are very focused and determined. Syrians are deeply connected to nature. Many have had numerous lives in ancient Egypt, Tibet, and as Native Americans. Interesting. So you have had many lifetimes as this type of a person or being, let's say being, because star seeds aren't human, supposedly. Very interesting. There's just so much information here. I'm trying to just digest it all, and I'm sure you are too. I feel that some of you have such strong magnetism and such a vast amount of wisdom that you're supposed to be some kind of a leader, okay? And it doesn't mean, you know, being president, vice president, although it could. I feel that you just haven't made your move yet, and that's why this message is coming through from the angels. This is from an angel messages deck. Take charge and take action. Because I feel that what you know and what you can teach and do as an alchemist, and how you can help all living beings, including animals, is very relevant to the future. So if you haven't begun to share your wisdom, I feel you need to do that in this lifetime. And it says here on the card, I am open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. Don't be afraid to share what you feel you know. Don't be afraid. Start a blog. Start a YouTube channel. Write a book. Teach a class. You know, in the field of metaphysics, in the field of all of this stuff that people like me do, I really don't care what anyone says. There are no rules, okay? If you feel you know something about something in this area intuitively, if you can tap in to this crone energy and the wisdom you've accumulated, then you need to take charge and take action, because you have that seed. That seed was planted within you for a reason. Okay, for a reason. And you can't let fear get in the way. You have to do all things with compassion. Okay, communicate your wisdom with compassion, with loving compassion. Let this be your motivating factor, group 3. Because you're supposed to, I feel intuitively, you're supposed to carry on what you've done in probably numerous past lives, okay? Which is share your wisdom, share love, teach compassion, teach love, teach how to heal, whether that's medicine, energy, light, color, sound healing. All these things are relevant. All of these things are important. And that's your main message here, is to tap into that. And also what I'm hearing from my guides is for you to pay attention to your dreams. So if you have some dreams, you know, and I have to be honest with you, I've had dreams where people have spoken to me in dreams in other languages, And I would get up and just jot down what it sounded like, and then later realize it actually meant something, and it actually was in another language. And I have no doubt that this could happen to you as well. But you need to pay attention, okay? You need to take charge, take action, and pay attention, because you have an innate light and magnetism that is supposed to help guide the world into being more loving and compassion. And that's what I feel very strongly. You have the ability to turn, maybe it's just turning hate into love, turning anger into love, turning depression, sadness into love, because love is always the answer, at least in my opinion. Love can heal just about anything, if not everything. So those are your messages, Group 3. Let me know in the comments if anything seems to resonate. Yeah, you're an amazing being. You've lived quite a few lifetimes, and all of that wisdom is like a seed planted within you, and you need to let it sprout in this lifetime and share it. All right?